What's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another vid. Just making a quick upload here. I'm gonna keep it under at least 5 minutes. So, Anthony Joshua has came out and addressed his loss to Andy Ruiz, which is about what's today? Today's Tuesday, so it's about 3 days later, or 4 days if you include today or this evening, by that matter. But who's counting? So he's come out and addressed and put out a personal message on his YouTube channel, which I highly recommend all of you to go check out. Please take a look at it. In fact, go ahead and subscribe. I highly recommend it. He was he seemed in very, very, very good spirits. He's smiling as usual, and he just wanted to. He's made some few interesting points in the video. First things first, lost Andy Ruiz. He seems to be very, very congratulatory, and not seem. Yeah, he congratulated and gave out his high regards and respect to his opponent that defeated him on Saturday night, Andy Ruiz Jr. He also addressed the fact that he invoked his rematch clause, and he really wants to have the rematch. He doesn't care where it's going to be, but he does prefer it to be in the States, which is which is very, very interesting. And he doesn't mind if it's in London either. So that's still up in the air, even though the rematch has been invoked. That doesn't mean it's going to be fully solid. I mean, that doesn't mean it's going to be fully confirmed in the sense where if the fight does come off about. Because remember, when Vladimir Klitschko invoked his rematch with Tyson Fury, and of course that fell apart due to Tyson Fury's drug testing scandals and stuff like that, his issues outside the ring. And of course, when the Wilder and Fury rematch was made, and the WBC had actually ordered it, whatnot, Tyson Fury pulled out. So let's just hope in this situation, well, not just hope, it could be in this case. So with Ruiz and Joshua, it may not go through. It may fall through. So we'll just see as details have, excuse my language, I'm sorry. We'll see as details have will develop later on. But anyways, let me just address one thing he said in his interview, which I cannot help but to say I have to really give him more respect than ever. The man came out and said, you know what? I know there's reports and rumors circulating me having an anxiety attack moments before my fight with Ruiz. That did not happen. I'm not making any excuses. I went in that ring that night. I gave it, the best I could, gave it my all, and I lost. Plain and simple. I lost. All I have to do is now no excuses. I went in there. That was my decision, and I'm going to have to do what I can to regain my titles. Paraphrasing what he said there in that little interview. But anyways, I'll post a link to that interview as I mentioned, and you guys can take a look at it. And I got to say, man, very commendable for him to come out and say these things and, and still be in high spirits. But again, him taking an immediate rematch, I still stand by my position on that one. It's just a bad idea. I mean, I know he does seem a little ambitious, but to me, I just don't think from a health standpoint, he should not go back in there immediately. He needs to take at least a year off, in my view. He needs to really take at least 8 months off to 9 months, 8 to 9 months off, get an interim fight, and then going back in there and then take on Ruiz if he can. I just think this is going to be worse off for him if he gets back in there later this year. I just can't see how, because if he really has a chance to have a shot against Andy Ruiz, he's going to have to make some very, very, very significant adjustments. It's going to be very difficult for him to do that in 6 months or 5 to 6 months time, which is a very, very, very short period of time at this point. Especially the fact that he took a beating last night. And yes, some of you AJ fanboys are in denial about this. He did take a beating because he's admitted it himself. He did. All right. So, yeah, but anyhow, my respect to Anthony Joshua has increased. Can't help to again commend him for coming out and address his loss. It took it as a man, made no excuses, didn't even Didn't dwell on the conspiracies that's been put out about him having the concussions before the fight and what happened to him after the fight. At the end of the day, you're a fighter. And let me address the fact that people are saying that he wasn't 100% going in. That's the reason why he lost to Ruiz as a way. I just can't believe the multiple excuses, of him losing to Ruiz, as if people are really trying to find a way to discredit the fact that Andy Ruiz was a much better fighter here that night against him. No, and let me just say this. No fighter's going to go into that ring 100%, especially coming through training camp, going through their training regimens, other training regimens outside of sparring, this, that, and the third. No fighter's going to go in 100%. Many fighters that had problems in sparring or training camps have become winners in fight night, all right? Anthony Joshua is no exception to that rule. Yes, he may have had troubles and may have had some issues in sparring camps, but the fact is that he took his loss as a man. He did perform up to standards, and he just got outgunned from a technical standpoint. Now, again, it goes back to my point, is like he's really going to have to make some major adjustments if he stands a chance in the rematch against Ruiz. And I've seen some people actually favoring him to beat Ruiz in the rematch, which I just cannot understand the life of me. I mean, look, I could understand some people may say that he's going to win the rematch. That's fine, but it seems like there's a overall majority who believes he's going to win it. Again, you guys need to stop underestimating Andy Ruiz just because of his physique. I'm not sure if you guys see what he did to Joshua that night, but I don't know. That needs to be, that issue needs to be addressed in another video. But anyways, I just wanted to put this out there so you guys can take a look at it and give your thoughts and opinions about him addressing his loss like a true champion. I have to say this: Joshua is a true champion. He is. Regardless of what, me being a bit critical of him, I have to say, man, this is very, 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 very commendable, and I highly respect him for what he did, for him to come out to address his loss a few days later, which, again, I have to repeat. So anyways, let me know what your thoughts about this. I'm out. Peace.